Welcome to a journey through the mysterious world of witches. This video explores the rich history of witchcraft, from ancient myths and legends to infamous witch hunts and modern spiritual practices. Discover the stories, rituals, and enduring influence of witches throughout the ages. Light a candle or two and dive into the enchanting and often misunderstood history of witches. The Witch of Quebec City, Marie-Joseph Corriveau. La Corriveau, born Marie-Joseph Corriveau, 1733-1763, is one of the most infamous figures in Quebecois folklore, often referred to as a witch. However, her story is a blend of historical fact and myths, creating a legacy that has fascinated and horrified for centuries. Here's an overview of her life story and the legends surrounding her. Marie-Joseph Corriveau was born in Saint-Valère, near Quebec City, in 1733. She came from a farming family and married Charles Bouchard in 1749, with whom she had 3 children. After Bouchard's death in 1760, she remarried in 1761 to Louis-Étienne Doudier, a decision that would seal her fate. The murder of Louis-Étienne Doudier. Doudier's death in 1763 was suspicious, initially thought to be accidental. His body bore marks of a violent struggle. An investigation revealed that Marie-Joseph had orchestrated his murder, allegedly because of his abusive behavior and disputes. She was arrested along with her father, Joseph Corriveau, who initially confessed to the crime. However, during future interrogations, the focus shifted to Marie-Joseph. The trial and execution. Marie-Joseph was tried by a British military court, as this was during the early years of British rule in Quebec. She was found guilty of murdering Doudier with a sharp tool, likely a pitchfork. Her punishment was execution by hanging, a sentence carried out in April 1763. The Iron Cage Legend. What sets La Corriveau apart in Quebec's folklore is what supposedly happened after her execution. Her body was placed in a gibbet, a metal cage, for public display at Point Levis, modern-day Lévis. This was a gruesome punishment meant to dare others. However, the sight of her remains hanging in the cage became a source of horror and gave rise to the legends about her ghost haunting the area. Folklore and witchcraft. Over time, the story of La Corriveau was enhanced. In folklore, she was no longer just a murderer, but a witch who had made a pact with the devil. Tales arose of her casting spells, poisoning victims, and escaping from her cage at night to roam the countryside. These stories were fueled by generational stories and books, particularly Philippe Audet de Gaspé. His novel Les Anciens Canadiens, Former Canadians, 1863, which placed her in an unrealistic fashion as being a supernatural figure. Today, La Corriveau is recognized as a symbol of Quebecois folklore and a reflection of societal fears of women who defy norms. Her story has been revisited in literature, theaters, and art. The cage associated with her legend was rediscovered in the 19th century and is preserved as a historical artifact at the Musée de la Civilisation in Quebec City. La Corriveau's story is a mix of real events and myths, a cautionary tale about crime, punishment, and the courage of women. Whether as a historical figure or a ghostly legend, she remains a captivating part of Quebec's cultural heritage. Thank you for tuning into this history and story of witches. Until next time, stay tuned for more history and stories of witches. This was Sandra Pink.